So, um, yes. So we are here to discuss Kufu. Go ahead and let him know.
I have no idea.
Exactly. Me neither. Right? We'll be talking about a lot of things. First, I'm gonna go play this video that I recorded undercover, of course. I was taking an Uber ride and heard this amazing story from this guy. You know, during the time he was married and stuff like that. It was amazing. It was very amazing hearing this story that the Uber driver was explaining to me. Very shocking information. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play the video for you. Go ahead and check it out, and I'm gonna stop it, just to get some certain perspectives. Okay. All right, so let's go with it. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. And let me know what you think of it. Okay. All right, you see it, Kubu? It's on.
Mm-mm.
The doctor that you gave her the money to go fix, and the doctor. Now, on my way to work, I took an Uber and I met this guy right here. I won't say his name. I met this guy talking about relationships and wives and husbands and stuff like that. And it was surprisingly that this is his second marriage that he's in right now. So the kid's mother, well, you already know how that goes. Listen up. That you gave her the money to go fix, and the doctor.
So what he mean by fix? He mean that I had to show a picture of breast implants. She wanted bigger boobs. Okay, so him being a good husband that he is, putting this all into his wife, he went and gave her the money.
Doctor took advantage and get the fuck out of here.
So the doctor, he found out he was having sex with the doctor.
It seems like the women just never satisfied. Never satisfied. Never satisfied. And the island where we live, one happy island. They call it.
He said he got an island. He bought some land on the island. One big island. He said it was white sand and everything. For her.
Never happy. You thought it would be build a house, own some land. That's not enough. That's fucked up. So how do daughters feel about that? They more attached to her or to you? No, to her. Right. Right. Why? Because she tried to turn the kids away from you. Yeah. So the kids have the mother's identity. Yeah, but you know why? There's a manipulation. She thought like, oh, your dad, he left Europe, right? Because he don't love you anymore. Whoa.
So that's what the mother told the children. The mother told the child that your dad doesn't love you anymore.
Oh. Honestly, keep it like that. And that's why when I
Don't get it twisted.
man, we can't be afraid to correct a woman. Stand up and be a man. Okay? If she can't take direction, then let her suffer and die with someone else. You keep your sanity. To hear the rest of the story, amazing story, please subscribe to JPTV, Believe It or Don't, on YouTube.
So he was saying that the mother told the daughter that he always wanted a son. And he didn't want no daughter. He always wanted a son. And he was like, Who told you that? Your mom. The mom. That's just something that's just some truth right there. That I didn't know that man from a hole in the wall. you know. And we just got into that conversation. It does happen when the women is in a not in her natural state to be a woman, cook, clean, iron, sew, um, cook a nice meal, you know what I'm saying? Um, take care of the children. You know, she is the vice president of the man. The man is the president, okay? The man is the president. The man is the president, and she's the vice president, okay? She helps the man, she assists the man. It's like Jordan and Pippen. You know what I'm saying? You assist. That's basically it. So, how do you feel about that, man? I mean, that man, I didn't, I never knew that man. You know what I'm saying? He told me that his daughters told him that mom said that you don't love us anymore. And why would she say that? He didn't gave her money for breast implants. He gave her money to go back to her country, which was Colombia. Gave her $1,000, bought luggage, gifts, everything she wanted, while she had another agenda that was already hidden within her ego. So, um, that's some true stuff. And men really love their family. Men love their kids. So when the kids get it twisted, the mother already tells the kid, "Oh, your dad didn't love and didn't love us. Your dad didn't love us." You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's just that your dad couldn't handle you. Couldn't handle you. You couldn't be corrected. Couldn't listen. You couldn't fall under the man's direction, which is the path of righteousness. There's no man that has a family to lead that family to destruction. You know, it's only uphill once he is committed and ready to go on the uprise with the family and win. So my next thing is, why not sign the prenup? That's what I want to know. Why not sign a prenup? Kufu, you've been married one time. Have you ever been through that?
What?
A prenup. Where does the prenup shit come from? Is it like after you get married, they come with a paper, and you be like, "Nah, man, I'm good, man." I'm good. Or is it before you get married? You'll run across the prenup shit.
I would assume before.
Okay, okay, yeah. So women, a lot of women say, "No, I wouldn't sign that prenup." That's what the women say. The women say, "I ain't gonna sign that damn prenup." Why? Even though it's 70% women worldwide that initiate divorce, and you telling me you don't want to sign this prenup agreement? Because the women, it seems like they already know what the future holds. They know that if you do mess up, which which see, the women play the games with you. If a man doesn't approach her with the signature of the prenup, she she thinks that, oh, he loves me. Now, if the man says, I need you to sign this prenup, then she'll say, what? Oh, you don't love me? It's just insurance. So when I go on a date, you might as well cash at me $250 just in case the date don't go right. Right, Kufu? We should ask the women when they take us out on a date, because it's time for them they should do that, take us out on a date. But I'll let them have the first one. But before we even get there, I need a cash advancement. I need a security deposit of about $150 to $200, just to make sure just in case the night doesn't go right and I don't waste my money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, oh, look at her with the shirt. Look at you. That's your boy right there. So Jay, you just came in at a perfect time, right?
Yeah, what's up?
I don't know if you've seen the video. Did you see the video I just played?
Nah.
Well, this video show I took a Uber ride, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this guy from nowhere. I don't know him from anywhere. A Spanish guy, right? Everyone, please, that's in here, please in the building, go ahead and like the video, share, and subscribe, please. Okay, so I took an Uber ride, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me about his wife. His wife um wanted some breast implants, right? I'm gonna find the video. He wanted some breast implants, right? He paid for it, right? Hold on, I'm gonna just play the video. I'm gonna just play the video because it was very interesting hearing this, and the women just think, oh, this stuff is not true. Like it's something that's going on with them that they're not really realizing. They're running away from it and they're scared to
Address
approach.
it.
Yeah, scared to address it. I'm gonna play the video.
The doctor that you gave her the money to go fix, and the doctor.
Oh.
I took an Uber and I met this guy right here. I'm gonna say his name. I met this guy talking about relationships and wives and husbands and stuff like that. And it was surprisingly that this is his second marriage that he's in right now. So the kid's mother, well, you already know how that goes. Listen up. That you gave her the money to go fix, and the doctor took advantage. Get the fuck out of here, yo. Make this right here. Yeah. It seems like the women just never satisfied.
So basically, man, some messed up stuff happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was all right. Look, so this what happened, right? Hey Jay, so later on, he told me that the mother turned the kids away from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Told the mother he found out from the kid that the mother was telling the kids that your dad doesn't love you, and that's why we're not together. He didn't pay for he didn't build a house on an island. He also paid money for her to go back to her country, you know, to see her family and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, buying gifts and all that, and even paid for her breast implants.
Wow.
So while she was paying for the breast, while he was paying for the breast implants, the doctor was knocking her up.
What? Wait.
Like, yes. And I was like, whoa, dog. I was like, see?
Wow.
And my man, I can't wait till you get on there and we talking about putting your all into a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to be very careful with that because you would lose your sanity, and that's why women have. I was watching some show the other day, and women do have longevity. They do because they kill the man. They kill men. they they send men to an early grave. So that's why they live longer because we dealing with this shit.
Yeah, it's stressful.
It's stressful, and they always talking about they stress. They have no idea. They can have anything they want whenever they want.
They do know because a lot of the red pill guys like Coach Gregory Adams, um, Kevin Samuels been like he's been trending like crazy. He shared that they're born with inherent value, while men have to earn their value. So he was just like, there's no way to objectively explain to them what men have to go through in terms of value because they're born with it. You know what I'm saying? You're a woman. Boom. you're the prize automatically out the womb.
Right.
So in essence, um, you can't they can't comprehend it. But at the same time, as I was listening to Jordan Peterson, he had brought up that there's a sort of, while he does believe in feminism, even Kevin Samuels said, "Yeah, I believe in feminism," in terms of the healthy feminism, where it's just like choice. You could do what you want to do as a woman. But now the toxic feminism, where it's like try to seem like men are trying to control, and everything is like the man is the issue. Even Jordan Peterson was just like, it's like an indoctrination that's happening to them, and they don't know, they don't realize it, you know, and the indoctrination to the point where it's like they're delusional. So it's like not only nature, but psychologically they're delusional about what's really going on. So it's like you can't say nothing. Just that,
That'll make them get it. That'll make them get it.
and here's the biggest thing to take away. There's some of the red pill men refer to women as like children, like and those are the more, like, I would say, ones who are not mentally, emotionally, spiritually mature, right? They move like kids because they under I'm not gonna say they understand, but they try to act like they can't comprehend logic. Oh, I'm a woman, I'm a feminine being, we're more emotional, da da da. You know what I'm saying? Like they use that to justify, being self-aware and having control over their emotions. But a lot of times when Kevin Samuel talks with them, and if you watch his videos, they comprehend the logic 100%. And it's like, oh well, I feel, and it's just like, no, no, like this is not how you feel. Like this is the fact. So they get it, they see the logic, but it's just like, well, I don't have to accept that because
They
I'm a woman.
ignore it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So somewhere down the line, it's a switch from listening to not listening.
Mhm.
You know. And our next topic was about our next thing we was talking about was a prenup. Getting her to sign a prenup, and why not? Because most women I talk to, they say they won't because it shows that the man don't love her, and
Mhm.
and we fall for it. We say, oh yeah, okay, well, all right, but then she winds up taking half or even more of your stuff that you earned.
Mhm.
While she came in with nothing.
Mhm.
So it seems like that they can tell the future.
Well,
And
no, it's not a future, it's a pattern. If you're dating somebody who has nothing to lose, then, or if you're marrying somebody that has nothing to lose, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Because somebody who already is coming into like the marriage with their own assets and stuff, they're gonna be like, yeah, prenup. You know what I'm saying? And the
right.
ones who don't, they're like, hmm, nah, no prenup, no prenup. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I could just change my mind. So the women who
I
have
mean,
something to
Dr. Dre,
lose.
Dr. Dre just got in a situation, and
Mhm.
he just got she asking for like she's asking for child support, but like millions in child support a month. They
Mhm.
denied it, but she tried it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The fact that she had the audacity to try it means that it shows that she has some level of awareness that the system is rigged.
Yeah, no, she said, I'm gonna see if this shit gonna go because I'm gonna hurt this motherfucker. I'm gonna hurt his pockets.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Why not just leave? So, what I'm saying by that is the thoughts of her make it seem like how she wants to control life. You know what I'm saying? In
Hmm.
a relationship, her thoughts, her ego controls it, and
Hmm.
make predictions with herself about the situation that that you're in and don't involve you at all.
Hmm. Hmm.
And most of the time, men stay quiet. Men stay quiet.
Well, what's happening now is like, um, like I mean, from my natural standpoint, a lot of guys are like, yeah, they're not gonna get married or anything like that. Um, while like I wouldn't go so radical, um, and not like attempt to. You just have to choose. You have to be wise about it. What's happening is like a lot of what's happening on the internet is where a generation of boys are saying, wait a minute, our moms is misleading us in terms of how to interact with other women. So, for example, they say, what did it say? Don't ask a fish how to catch it, right?
Mhm.
So, you'll find that a lot of the guys who said they were beta and then they became red pill and became alpha, basically, they're trying to catch fish, but they're asking another fish how to catch. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to the fisherman.
Yeah,
So basically, you can't ask women how to get them. They're not going to tell you. Yeah, they're going to tell you all this other. Oh, where'd JP go? Uh oh.
right, right, right.
Okay.
So
So
how do
you
you
lost
feel?
it for a minute, but let me finish what I was saying.
Uh-huh. Go
Your
ahead,
video
man.
went out. So you can't ask the fish how to catch it, right? So you can't ask another girl, hey, what would you do? Da 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 da. Because they're not gonna tell the real truth because you find out that there's these like crazy little fetishes and different shit that really turns them on, right? And it's kind of it'll make people look at them like they're weird. Then you can't ask, um, you know, even women in your family because they themselves are fish. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you just go into another group of fish that you may not be trying to catch. Ask them how to catch another group of fish. You have to actually go to a fisherman. And what's happening now? The internet, a generation of men are saying we've been bullshit by female nature, and if we don't speak up, the whole everything, manliness, everything will be destroyed.
Exactly. They would think that man won't even exist no more, and they would have a even trouble time trying to define what a man is if
So,
men
mhm,
stay quiet and let the woman's ego just run over them. Men, we have to stand up again. Okay, and
mhm.
you'll find out that a lot of them won't stand for correction coming from the man because they want to see a certain status, or that they're searching for something else.
So
Uh,
what you're talking about is a submission thing, right? And it's like a lot of them have a carnal aspect of what a man is supposed to be.
right.
So because it's more carnal, instead of like basic things like respecting the CEO just as you respect the janitor, right? They think like, okay, if there's a higher social status, then that's when he gets my respect. So this is why when wisdom and correction comes from any type of guy, it's like, oh well, you ain't high status, so I don't give a
Mhm.
shit what you say. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of the downfall of a lot of them because they're quantifying us based on maybe when how this is a new term. We say women say don't sexualize them, right?
Mhm.
Well, we need to say like don't materialize us. You know what I'm saying? Like don't use what we have materialistically to determine our value or how you perceive us. You know what I'm saying? Like listen to what's coming out of our head. So a lot of guys they can't advise even their own daughters because you know what I'm saying? It's just like, well, you ain't shit.
Right, and that's why men should continue being men. Fuck it, men be men. If you want to grab her ass, grab her ass.
Well, I wouldn't do
I,
that.
I ain't talking about just any old woman. I'm just talking about yours in particular.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
yeah. Hey, look, you see, man,
but
maybe man,
but
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 yeah,
but even
you gotta
that,
watch those
even
thin
that, they
lines.
don't even like that. They don't even like that. Your own woman don't even want you to touch you now.
No, it depends. So here's the funny thing: it depends on the respect or the level of where she sees you. Because for example, a lot of those things that, and I think I was writing about this. a lot of things growing up that girls were like, "Oh, I would never let a guy do this," right?
Mhm.
It's like that was a bluff. You know what I'm saying? And then I had one cousin that said to me, he said he's just like, when she says that, she just means the guy she don't like. If it's the guy she like,
She going for it, right?
she'll allow it.
Yeah.
So those are the things that used to go over my head, and I was like, oh, now it makes sense. So it's like you just can't do anything to anyone, right? And also, we can't just generalize all women. You know what I'm saying? But what I've learned is when they like you, you tend to have more leverage.
Yeah.
And then the issue now is that you have to know the timing because it's like now they might be in the mood, and then you know 5 seconds later you miss the
Move. Right.
yeah, and then it's like, oh, no, 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 now you know what I'm saying. So
Right.
but they know, but it's like that the only reason why those things are happening is because they know they have the leverage where um as the weaker vessel they can socially, like do that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is why I don't do certain things. So just like like for example, the reason I don't do a lot of stuff is because even if I did get away with it and they wanted me to do it, right? They could always come back 10 days in and said I didn't want him to do it and he forced himself. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
so,
It's
so I just
always the opposite with
mhm,
them. You know what I'm saying? It's always, oh, I don't want vanilla, so she want chocolate.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's always something.
And it's like that's too just it's the way I put it. There's a deep thought I was going in. With children, right? There's two ways to go about. There's two ways to work with children, and the reason why I'm saying using children is like the hierarchy, like God, man, woman, child, right? The child is like the lower, in the order of the lowest, right?
Mhm.
And children have two leverage. This is my dad. This is my mom. If I want to get something, I just got to do I got to do little things to get them to fold. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But at the same time, as the one who's in the higher order, is like you can either adapt or have a certain level of authority and be like, nah. So for women, they know when it comes to men, they always trying to see if they can get the guy to fold. You know what I'm saying? To their benefit. And then if you have the authority to be like, nah, either they'll respect it or they'll be like, well, you know what? I can always just find another guy who either want to fold. So they know their leverage. They the same way men have the physical leverage physically, and we know that we have physical leverage, and we're like, okay, let me watch how I move physically, right? They know the leverage they have socially and emotionally, even though they act like, no, we don't. It's like you do. It happen. It's just like will a situation come up where you actually use it, and most of them do. It depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some might have a level of standard where they won't use it, but then there's some who they'll use it at any moment because it'll make them win.
So
So
why? You know what? It's amazing to see that women get angrier after marriage. Why is that? Why they get angry after marriage?
I don't know.
A good question.
You know?
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, they get angrier. They get more demanding. They get more. That title like brings them. You know, I'm the shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He do for me all the time. When the woman is just the vice president. The woman is the vice president. Okay,
So
the
they,
man is
they
the
they get
president.
they get angry like about everything, or
Yeah, they just carry themselves a different way than when you're married and when you're not married. Men usually don't change. Men just stay loyal, work, come home, do what he have to do. Hopefully, get his back rub or his his hair, his head rubbed through with a soft hand and maybe a hot meal. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that doesn't happen.
Hmm.
So it's like I gotta bring my own food home from wherever now.
Hmm. Well, I would say that. Oh, here's an interesting statement that
Mhm.
some of them, in order to get married, a lot of them, like, they know how to, I would say, act the same way they complain that guys will act to get in between their legs. They will act to get a guy to put a ring on their finger. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Um, and most guys don't have the good proper judgment. You know what I'm saying? Because like the infatuation will make you think like, okay, yeah, she's the one. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when they get all that, right? They get the social status of like, I'm married, da 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 da. Show off to their friends and all that, or
Hmm.
to be a part of the married club. But then
Right.
it's like some of them deep down, especially when I'm seeing with all like the red pill guys online, they're saying like a lot of them, like the ones that are for the streets, like they're still for the streets because it's a mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's a habit. So eventually they get bored. It's like, oh shit, like, damn, I'm tied down now.
Yeah.
Which I want to direct this conversation real quick to interesting topic, right? Two things. When a man, as it comes to my mind, right? A man is the one who proposes to a woman, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it goes down. Yeah.
So essentially, when a man is going to propose to a woman, from a mental standpoint, he's made up his mind that he wants to commit only to that woman.
Right.
And then technically, the proposal is actually asking that woman if she will commit to him in return.
True. That's the agreement.
So really,
Their
what
commitments are different from your commitments. Your commitments mean committed. Their commitments has stipulations in it.
so essentially, when you think about it that way, and women are saying guys they mess around, they cheat, they do all this different stuff, is like, well, why is it that the guy has to ask you if you're willing to commit to him? You know what I'm saying? Basically, he's saying, will you let go of all your options
Right. Then
and
she's ready.
and choose to commit to me? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So like that's the conversation that's really going on a two-way level. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy has to make up his mind he wants to, and then ask. That's why sometimes when a woman be like, "Nah," it's because they didn't want to. But then the ones who say yes, they're not looking at it like, "Okay, I'm agreeing to commit to him." They're looking at it like, "Oh, I'm getting this social status now."
Right. That's all it is. It's not.
Hmm.
It's not marrying him. It's marrying the status,
Yeah, yeah.
basically.
Hmm.
And we running down on time. We've been on here for a while, about 33 minutes. I don't want to make this too long, but
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you guys, if you haven't been married or if you are married or got a divorce, would you remarry or would you get married?
For me,
Yeah, one of y'all.
wait, I thought Kufu was married.
No, well, I'm just saying. Well,
I
would
would.
you?
I mean, I plan to. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But
would you
no rush.
suggest? Would you suggest marriage?
Yeah, yeah, uh-huh, yeah. I
Would
mean,
you?
I wouldn't rush into it, but don't rush into it just for the social aspect. Like, make sure you're actually doing it properly, so the proper family unit can stand through all this bullshit that goes on in society.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like um, before the '60s, that's how it was. Especially for the black family, they were getting married all the time.
But here's one big thing that Kevin Samuels brought up. Kevin Samuels brought up that he brought up that he brought up to a woman that he said like, the way that women's standards are so delusional is like 99% of women all want the same 1% of men. And that 1% of men is very small, which means that not every single woman is going to be able to get that small, you know,
Right.
exactly. And because a lot of women, especially like the younger ones and stuff on Instagram and all that now, you see like, because they're not factoring in that mathematical aspect of things, right? And they all think they're the prize. He was saying that, 50 years ago, a guy in undergrad, right? A black man in undergrad in college could find a girl that's in undergrad as well, and by the time out of college, marry her, even or in graduate school, marry her, right?
Mhm.
But now he's saying there's men in undergrad and women in undergrad, and they don't, this generation of girls won't even look to these, the men their age group to marry because my guy got to be making 6, 7 figures. You know what I'm saying? Not factoring that you're not making that much because you're in your building phase in college, and of course he wouldn't be making that much because he's in his building phase in college. So how do you expect that of him? And this is where hypergamy comes in, where women try to deny it, like, oh, like it's nasty when older guys are going for these younger girls, but your mindset to how you want a guy to be, your that mindset is normally going to have the only qualifications are older men because they've been alive longer and have already gotten their resources and value built up. Because the only difference between the 20-year-old and the 33-year-old is just experience as a man. You know what I'm saying? So of course, the 33-year-old guy, if he did this shit for the last 10 years, he's going to have those things that the 23-year-old girl desires. So it's like either you get somebody your age group and build with them, or you're going to have to go for an older guy.
Yeah, it's just like when we was all in school, Kufu, when we was all in school in Wilson, the seventh graders, the ninth, I mean the ninth grade girls used to go for the seniors. You know what I'm saying?
And nobody. Let me
Yeah,
say something,
yeah,
bro.
They used to go way up the block. They used to go
they
way up
did.
the ladder.
And
One
they
got
nobody want to talk about that.
Nobody
Because
want to talk about that. Then
because
after
these
that, now it's creepy.
no
Then
no. But here's the thing, right?
you was trying to
It, it's creepy now, but and when I say it's creepy now, it's still not creepy because it's still happening. The issue is this is that example of like women or these girls, their true nature and their desires, they low key know it's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? That they think like that. They don't accept this is really how we think. So think about this, that for example, and then going on to how they think in terms of sexually with certain things and their secrets and all that, right? So when they're guilty of like, oh yeah, I did do that, right? Then what I find they'll do, they'll twist it on the guy like, well, yeah, I was in ninth grade and I dated a 12th grader, right? And then now they're older, they'd be like, that was messed up. I was naive. I didn't know what I was doing. He should never did that to me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it's like,
ninth grade women, their thinking process is freshman high school when they get in
hmm but but but
ninth
but
grade.
but but here's the thing. It's not even about the whole thinking process. It's the fact, and I was writing about this as well. No matter how much blame you try to put on the guy, whether the guy was 30 and he got with you because you were when you were 14, or like he's 18 and he got with you when you were like 15 or whatever, right? At the end of the day, even if he did not, 'cause this is what I was writing about, right? When they try to blame men like, oh, men manipulated them and tricked them and all this different stuff, right? I was like to myself, I'm like, if they get to choose who dates them, so women can't choose who marry them. They can choose who has sex with them and who dates them, right?
Mhm.
If that choice is in their power, no matter how, so no matter if you blame the guy, right? There'll be another guy who would come and you would choose him. So I'll give you an example. some women be like, oh, when I was young, maybe this older guy, I was, I did like him and stuff like that, but I was young, I didn't know, that was my taste was weird, and I'm mad that he took advantage of me like that, right? That's what they'll say. So they'll try to blame the guy. Yeah, cool, for taking advantage of her, right? But here's the reality: based on what she liked, that's why she even chose that guy. So if that guy was like, nah, you know what, you're too young, I ain't gonna mess with you, right? You know what she would do? She'll be like, okay, I'll just go find another guy. So either way, she's going to attract some guy that's like that because that's what she liked at the time.
Right.
So you can't even blame the guy because once one guy's gonna take the opportunity.
Yeah, that's just like what they say. Women mature faster than men. Yeah, okay, all right, we agree.
No, that's a lie.
Shit,
They
they
mature
they
fit.
move on.
They mature
Well,
faster. They mature faster physically,
physically, yeah,
but
physically.
not mentally and
But
emotionally.
that's what they choosing to use to attract that type of guy that they want.
Exactly. They don't mature mentally and emotionally much faster. Men do that faster.
Right, right, right. And it's amazing to see that um, men are agreeing for women to lead, to say that it's okay for them to lead, and they won't mind seeing the world led by a woman. Right? How
Hmm.
you feel about that?
Which man?
Well, certain I say liberals or
Well, I say let do it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Do it and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not. See, the issue is not whether a man or woman is leading. The issue is the type of man or woman that's leading. You don't want to put immature people into certain positions, right? There are women who are capable of leading. They can think rationally. They can set aside their emotions and their feelings. You know what I'm saying? And they can make real decisions, just like a guy. But the problem is when women who aren't at that level of mental, emotional, and spiritual maturity figure they should be in those positions. And so it's like, no, because you're going to do things based on personal feelings, you know what I'm saying? Or you're going to be biased. Like I was saying the other day that if more women in the world were like Judge Judy, the world would be a better place. You watched Judge Judy before, right?
you said Judge Judy, the white lady.
Yeah. You see how she handles things, right? When like she don't you can see she
That's
don't
supposed. That's supposed. I would say a man's supposed to act like that, but I wouldn't say a woman. I think she takes much of a man's way of handling things than a woman.
no, but that's
She
that's
probably
that
ran. She probably ran that. Now imagine her. It was two judges. She was married to the other white dude. He was a
mhm.
judge too. Can you imagine how that relationship was?
I mean, but we don't know how their personal relationship would be, but in a situation of listening to people's stories and having the ability to have sound judgment and not be biased because the other person's a woman. Like most women can't do that. They'll already give the woman the benefit of the doubt off the back. You know what I'm saying? So for her, I was like, if when it comes to leadership, she's a woman who could lead because she's not being biased because oh, you're white or you're black or you're a man or you're a woman. She's listening to the facts and the stories, not even the facts. She's listening to both people and reading both people. Sometimes she can tell someone's lying just just from how they talk to her, or she'll ask them a question. What day did this happen? Well, I don't know. No, no. What day did it happen? I asked you a question. Like she's very straightforward. So that is the type of people you need in leadership. Who they don't tolerate the finessing that people will do. Most women, being that they don't want to develop that sense of rational thinking, they won't do that. You know what I'm saying? And they won't do that, or you can know which type of woman is that way based on when you're having a conversation with her and you put in basic logic and she disregards the logic for, well, this is how I feel.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to leadership, you just need the right people, man or woman, who
Well,
don't go off feelings.
what example of a woman that we have that led something and we recognize it?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me see. Um, well, it says that since a woman is, if we want to say that the woman is a good leader, she
Hmm.
is. You're right. She is leading.
Cool.
The woman, she's leading that. She's leading 70% of initiations,
Hmm.
divorce initiations. You're right. This number jumps up to 90%
Hmm.
college educated women. So dating a college educated woman is even worse than just dealing with, um, the other type of woman.
Hmm.
So, and that's what they say. This is Google.
Well, there's a culture of what's called not being content with a lot of them. That like when you see when you see like this,
What
like
you
there's
mean content? What you mean content? Cause that's funny. This lady that I put up this post, and she was talking about, oh, we get very uneasy quickly. You're like, huh? What you mean? So they
men
get
are.
tired, they get tired quickly.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna be right back in like 2 minutes.
hmm So they get quiet quickly. I forgot what she said. It was amazing. Thank you for coming past. JPTV, believe it or don't, very good, great information today. Really appreciate my guests coming through, Kufu and Jay. He from New York. They both black, and man, um, very interesting video today as well. Um, Let me know what you think in the comments. Um, Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know if the women would change their minds. And we're gonna have another guest on here that says to put. We need to start thinking of our getting in touch with our feminine nature and giving everything to the woman. I don't know about that, based on the facts and the numbers, because women lie, men lie, but the numbers don't. And it's right there in your face. You can't refute it. All right.